Hi, Capricorn. Welcome to your February Outlook Tarot reading. So, today we're going to take a look at the energies that may be coming in for you in February. We'll look at maybe some example situations, get you some advice on how to manage them. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what the cards have in store for you today, Capricorn. So let's go ahead and get the spread ready. Capricorn, if you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you stopped by. I post both situational based and calendar based readings here on my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. It is so nice to see you. Couple of things to keep in mind about the reading. So it is general and it is also predictive. So it may not resonate at the moment that you see it because it is future based. So just remember that. It is all based on potential energy. So it's just a snapshot. So you have free will. If you don't like what you hear, you certainly have the ability and the freedom to change it. So I will also be posting, or I will link the first quarter outlook for you so that you can see how this reading fits into that. So I have the January, February, and March readings. So I will post it at the end of the channel, and then I will also, or at the end of the video, and then I will also link it down in the comment section for you. So if you haven't watched that, it can give you a higher level picture of what's coming in for you right now. And if you have watched it, you are welcome to review it and see how this fits in for you. Okay, Capricorn. By the way, I hope that you are all doing well. I don't think I said that. I always hope that you are doing well. So the beginning, or the overall energy, the overall theme for your reading in February, Capricorn, is flying. So you may be flying high. This is number 20, becomes a 2, talks about balance and decision. So some of you may be metaphorically flying high. Some of you might actually be flying high. You could be traveling. But this is very fantastical with the Pegasus there. So it could be, you could be dreaming about flying quite a bit right now. So for the well, you will in February. I keep forgetting these are predictive. I keep talking about things in past tense today. I don't know why. All right. So for the beginning of February, we have take a moment. Let's see. It says stop. Now is the time, or now is not the time to rush into a decision you're about to make. Before this important decision is made, take a moment to pause and quiet your mind so that you can ask your soul for guidance before you act or move forward. Wow, okay. So we may be talking about some decisions, and then we also have humility. So that is a dandelion. All right, let's see what that is about. All right, so we have temperance. There's that humility, 4 of swords, and king of swords. Also in reverse, which is talks about humility for sure. Okay, so temperance, 4 of swords. This is all about, stopping to take a moment, resting, slowing down, maybe taking a moment before you decide. Don't rush to decide is what I'm getting here. So really listening to your spirit, letting the ebb and flow of your emotional state sort of smooth the edges down from your decision. So like if something is very emotionally charged, the temperance is about being patient and sort of letting heightened emotional states sort of ebb and flow until it stabilizes. So it's sort of like a stabilizing your emotional state through rest and meditation, restorative practices before making a decision, which is in reverse. I think that's so fascinating. It's like literal right here. So some of you may be experiencing a moment where you have to make a decision and it's kind of triggering. Could be triggering. And so you're being encouraged to stabilize emotionally before you before you make your decision. And so the King of Swords in the upright, he's very similar to Justice. He's very decisive. He's very lots of wisdom, thinking very much thinking with your head as opposed to your heart. And so with it in reverse, it's telling me so it's all about the intellect. Intellect includes the ego. So I'm taking this as a doubling down of the humility. So show humility, find your humility. Maybe try not to make your decisions from the reactionary ego. We all have an ego. Like that's not a criticism. We all have it. Our ego keeps us safe ultimately. It's very reactionary. It's very protective. And so what I'm getting here is to be aware of that. Maybe try not to, like, if you observe something or if there's a conversation or you feel like you have to make a decision, first of all, like, don't let the urgency like cause you to act too quickly, and be aware of when you're reactive as opposed to responsive. So that's what I'm getting there for you, Capricorn. So in the middle of the month, we have ground yourself. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, and impatient are all signs that you're ungrounded. Now is the time to become centered and allow Spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with divine source. So the King of Swords in reverse can also be a lack of focus. So that may carry over into the middle of the month. Let's see. Whoops. Let's see what we have here. We have strength. So grounding yourself can take strength too. That is the bearberry. So yeah, it can take emotional discipline. This is emotional discipline. It can take a lot of emotional discipline to stay grounded in a situation that is stressing you out, quite possibly. So let's see what we can get there. All right, so we have the Three of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Two of Swords. So I'm getting, this is very split energy here. So I'm getting like, this is impatience here. So some of you may be going back and forth between impatience and angst. But this is also strategic thinking, like thinking further out into the future than like thinking past what is right in front of your face, basically. So there is a certain amount of wisdom. So it's like being able to see through that urgency and that impatience, being able to see way past it, way out in the distance, and use your intuition here. And so this is, to not act impulsively. So what I'm really getting here overall so far, I'm getting this huge message, or this deep message about emotional and mental discipline here, and maybe not jumping to conclusions. Maybe some of you may feel it's best to keep some of your ideas and your plans to yourself during this time. And that's okay to do. That's not necessarily malicious, but it's more like private. It's like you're keeping things private because, if you share your plans with people, they're going to get criticized, right? And sometimes that criticism can be helpful. Sometimes it can be hurtful. So I see some of you really holding back some of your communications, maybe your decision making. So I'm getting energy of like it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say stagnant, but it's not, because that's not it either, but it's like it's not moving, like very, okay, this is where I'm at, this is where I'm going to be, so there's no like reaching for the next thing at this time. And that's all right. If that's not where you're at, that's not where you're at. Sometimes it takes more strength to stay where you are and wait and listen and watch than it does to take an impulsive action. So it's coming across as very disciplined. So the inaction or the not moving forward, staying in the planning phase, as opposed to jumping to a conclusion or jumping to an action, can take a lot of strength. This is very interesting, very disciplined, Capricorn, very disciplined. All right, so at the end of February, we have ancestral wisdom. We are your ancestors and we love you. We walked the earth many years before you. We ask you at this poignant time to learn and grow away from your to learn and grow from your past experiences. You are our legacy and we will keep on helping you as we continue to evolve here in the spiritual world. So there's been all of this non-moving energy. I don't want to say stagnant, but that's all I can come up with, because just because you're not moving forward, it doesn't mean you aren't growing, right? You aren't actively doing something. Like you're planning, you're listening, you're resting. It's just the external world may not see all of the things that are going on internally, right? And so with this card, I feel like towards the end of the month, those that came before you are going to be like, okay, let's go. And then we also have preserve pine needles. So that's very interesting. This is a very specific message for a few of you. Some of you may have a written account of someone who's passed away. It's like a journal, or someone may have written a biography before they passed away, and you've been hanging on to it, and it has a lot of wisdom in it. And I think that at the end of February, that document or that book, that journal, those records, somebody kept records of something, could also be very important to you. So let's get into it. All right, so 7 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and the 5 of Wands. Let's see. So here's that planning, but this is executing of those plans. So some of you at the end of the month are going to be experiencing quite a bit of stress. Something's going to keep you up at night. Maybe your dreams about flying. We'll see. I think I am going to clarify this row, but it looks to me as though, some of you, you've been doing all of this reflecting. You've been doing all of this like inner work that nobody else is seeing. And then when you actually start moving about your reality in this new way as a result of all this inner work that you did, of all of this stability, it's like people aren't going to like it. And not because they don't like it on principle. It's because they're not used to it. It's like they're not used to seeing you be so measured. Like maybe in the past you were, pretty impulsive. And it's like suddenly, it's like you went away for a while, like I don't have a hermit here, but you kind of went into a hermit mode, kind of did all of this thinking, all of this emotional stabilizing. Some of you might be meditating in February, quite a bit, like really, truly listening. Like the Sun Tzu in The Art of War says, the quieter you become, the more you can hear. And that's exactly what I see happening here. Okay. And so you go within and you do all of this listening. And so you start changing the way that you navigate the world. And I think initially the response may not be very welcoming. And this may take you by surprise. So I would like to give you a heads up that sometimes that happens. And I got to tell you, Capricorn, that is their problem. If you are becoming more of who you really are and stabilizing. People that love you would really want you to to stabilize and be comfortable in yourself, right? So what they don't like, because you become so measured, it's like they can't control you anymore. It's really what I'm getting. All right, so let's clarify this bottom row here. Submission, restlessness, and flattery. Okay, so for some of you, I feel that some of you, when you start like coming out of this quiet phase that you've been in, submission, like it's like you are no longer submissive in your way about yourself. There's this newfound comfort in your own skin, and it's like you really went within and got to know yourself. And so again, it's like they can't control you. Okay. That can stir up some insecurity in the people around you. And with this flattery card, I feel like they're going to say all of the right things, like they're going to be supportive, but some people may not have your best interest at heart. So keep that in mind. I don't say that to scare you. It's just, I don't want you to be taken too much by surprise. All right. I got this really cute little dragon oracle. I like dragons, so allow me to be nerdy for a second. Okay, so we have silver dragon illuminates your potential with higher light. Access untapped resources, look into your soul, see higher perspective. So this is, the high priestess, this taking moment, temperance, looking way far out into what you want for your life. This really sums up the entire reading, in my opinion here. So, and preserve, it's like, don't, preserve all of the work that you've done. Don't let the haters, haters are going to hate, right? Don't let the haters get to you. So it's time to take action, new moon in Aries. So at the end of your reading, you have all of this very quiet energy here. So it's like at the end of the month, it's going to be time to come out of your hermit mode, your phase of, being very monk-like. So let's, by the way, if you are enjoying the reading, do hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'd love to have you as part of my community, and hit the like button while you're at it. So I have some letter tiles. These could be letters of somebody's name, could be an organization, street name. Let's see what we have here. All right, so we have S, I, R, and A. Okay, and then for the numbers, this could be address, could be days of the month, could be phone number even. All right, what do we have here? We have 4, 9, 0, 4. 4904. So this could be the 4th day of the 9th month, or, fourth, this could be an hour of the day, phone number, address, building number, etc. Okay, Capricorn, I always love connecting with you, so feel free to drop me a comment. Let me know what you thought of this reading and how it went for you in February. I wish you best of luck in February. It's been an honor to read your cards, as always, and I will catch you in the next reading. Bye-bye.